Morning, morning. Trevor Bernard here, president of the Small Ruminants Association. I cut some mulberry this morning. Yes, pick away the stick. Hold on to it and don't let him take it out. Okay, so I'm here. I cut a load of mulberry this morning with my van to carry and feed the goats. Everybody know that I love this mulberry plant, so I carry them for a treat this morning. Here is the mulberry I have in the pickup. But Shorty, yes, one of the men them in the area that I know from a little boy, he's here this morning. And he has some
Love bush.
Love bush. This is a famous bush in Jamaica. You can take a look at it. It's called Love Bush. So Shorty, what are you doing with this Love Bush? Where are you going with this now?
I'm going to sow it and actually to make a lover. You know? When you sow this thing on the tree, you kiss it.
So you take out, I understand, you take like 3 strands out of it, and you kiss the bush, and put it on the top of a tree.
And call her name.
And you call the girl name.
So when you want to Sharon 3 times, and you put it down. So if the love come true, this bush will catch. And a couple of weeks after, you will find it grow. That means you know the love is true.
So this bush is in the olden days, that's what people used to do. Put it on, and this bush is actually a parasite. It grows like a vine on the top of the tree, and when it grows up there, it feeds on other plants. And it usually go on the top part of the plant and curl up and grow. So as Shorty said, in the olden days, you take this tree bush, you just put it on the top of the tree, kiss it 3 times, and if it catch and grow and flourish,
your love is true.
Your love is true, and it will work. But also, you're carrying this to make some tea. Right.
For the little one, so we also use it to make tea for a young baby.
So Shane is here. You know, Shane is one of the supervisor on the operation here. And I know Shane is also your godson.
Yes, sir.
So what you going to do for him, man? You look like you have to go introduce him to this plant, see if you can find a wife.
Yeah, man, I'm going to introduce him.
Shane, whole piece out there, your godfather give to you for start you.
You have to kiss this 3 times, and you have to press for the tree and call the girl who you love.
3 times?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, good shot. Thanks for passing through. So, we're going to be feeding the animals now.
Sorry,
here we are going to take out, let's give the little ones one of the limbs. Here Nathan. So now we are going to carry the plant to the farm and feed the animals. They love this bush. They eat the leaf. As you notice, the mulberry, it's a very, very, very leafy plant. Very, very leafy. They'll eat the leaf, they'll eat the stick, they'll bark, everything. They eat everything on this plant. They love it so much. Here, they really go crazy when they see this mulberry plant. So, but today, I come and understand that one of the goats had kid, and I have some sheep that also have lamb. So we come to have a look at the animals and these mothers that have babies this morning. One of the things on the farm is that I always have ducks here. I use ducks on the farm for pest control. Come on this side and you can have a look. The ducks eat the insects and the chickens. They eat the flies and roaches and all of that kind of slug. Ducks like to eat those animals. So I always have ducks in the pen and chicken. They are very useful in control of parasites. is the young Charlie sheep. Wow, look how big he has gotten. This is the AI sheep lamb that I got. He has gotten very big. Looking so great. White and black one is the Charlie. These are some young lambs here. See this one here? This is a young lamb, and this black one here is a young lamb that just born. So we are going to look at these two now. But you can't feed here, you know the bush, you have the one there.
The lamb fight.
Yeah, show it to them. Catch the mother for me and the thing. Look at the two lambs. Wow, they are so pretty. One is, yes, they are playing. You see that? Very nice. You want to touch one of the goats? And look how they are playing. They are playing like how you play. You see that? You have more? You have more? Put some over here. Five. You put everything in one place. That's how you feed them more, and put everything in one place. Come now, come. The breast, you see that? Wow.
The baby.
Yes, the baby drinking milky. See that?
That's a big goat drinking from the titty.
Yes. That's a lamb.
The lamb came to his mommy.
See, that is the mother for the black one. This one here is the mother for the black one. You see how them eating? He's just born and he's eating grass already. Alright, catch the mother now for me.
Oh, the mother?
That mother.
Oh, that one.
I actually don't like when the mother here, so I just ram them up, keep on everything going on. Can't touch them, just play in him head. They born yesterday. They born last night. Yes, it's raining. Morning again. We have rain falling now. So much rain is falling. And we come to look at these two kids that just born. One of the things is that you have to treat is the navel. You have to put iodine. You have to, as soon as the kid is born, you put iodine on the navel so that you can stop infection. That's the main reason for doing that, because they can get infection and die from if you don't put the iodine on the navel. Also, one of the things that I do, I have most of my animals on the slatted floor. And what I do is move the mother just when she's about to have kids on the solid ground. Because what happens with the kids is that when they are on the slatted floor, the floors are slippery, especially when they're born and the afterbirth is on the kids. And they tend to, they find it very difficult to stand up when they are young. So what happens, their feet will spread apart like this. Their feet when they are young will spread apart. And they'll drop like this, and then they can't stand up. Because every time they try to stand up, they'll slide. See, they slide like that and they fall. But on the ground, on the solid ground, they can stand. So usually, if you only have slatted floor, you should put like some hay or some grass or something in there to give them traction on the ground so that they can stand up when they're just born. Also, one other thing you have to do, you have to make sure that as they're born, within the first hour of the mother having those kids, as soon as they're born, you need to clean the afterbirth of their nose and allow the mother to clean them up. Make sure that their nostril is not blocked. And then within the first hour, you try and give them some milk. You put them on the breast and make sure that both kids drink some milk, and you have to watch them, especially if it's a new mother. Sometimes you have to teach the kids and the mother how to breastfeed. They are also very, very, very delicate at this time. and you have to pay very close attention to them for the first couple of days until they become strong enough and can manage on their own. We're going to now have a look at the mother's udder and see the condition, because sometimes you have to milk off the udder. So as you look on this goat, it looks like the afterbirth came out and now the kids are here. You have to hold the breast and make sure that the kids suck the breast. Now one of the things, if you come and you look at this udder, you have to feel the udder. If it is very stiff, she has small teeth, so these goats will, see, that's the milk, and this milk it has a yellowish color, very deep yellow, because this is the colostrum milk. There you go, see, it's a very yellow color milk, and this is what the kids get. And this milk in the beginning, it has a lot of antibodies that is very, very good for them. So usually you put the kid on the breast, hold back her foot, and then they'll drink. But these kids are feeding, so I think they are okay. Now you have to pay attention to this with the udder. Make sure it's not too stiff. Her udder is soft and she has a lot of milk. You have to test and make sure milk is in the udder and make sure that the kids are feeding. If you look at this female, she's in good condition. She's also seeming to be taking good care of these kids. This actually is 2 rams that are born here. Alright, so today I wanted to really show you the kidding process and how much attention you have to pay when they are kidding. That is how she checks. When she licks the tail, she checks to make sure it's her kid. And now she'll allow them to suck. But he's apparently very full now and don't want to suck. I actually have a few of the goats now that are going to kid down soon. I think the rest of them will kid down. Now after about a week or 2, I will take these kids and the mother back on the slatted floor when the kids are strong enough to handle the slatted floor. That's what I do. So we're having rain. It's a very, very rainy day today. It's pouring outside. So the children and I are on our road trip today, so we are going to go home now. We're not going anywhere else for the rest of the day. Thanks so much for watching. I just want you to see a small part of this. This is the storage container that I store my feed in. And you know, I always talk about your mineral. You must always make sure so you have your mineral. And I also use hay as part of my roughage. But I mainly feed with waste peelings and so forth, which is the main part of my diet for the animals.